hikers and hunters are being warned to keep an eye out for falling branches in local forests.
A disc golf course may be developed in the area, and money is being raised for the family of a local crime victim.
Hurricane Helene is set to make a big impact on East Alabama in the next 36 hours or so. We will have the complete forecast details coming up.
Coming up in sports, we'll talk the Week 5 ASWA football poll, and we'll get you caught up on last night's volleyball action. EAN Local News starts now.
This segment of EAN Local News is brought to you by WM Grocery, located in Heflin, Wedowee, Roanoke, and in Piedmont.
Hello, we're glad you could join us. I'm Mike Stedham.
And I'm Katie Edwards.
This just into the EAN newsroom. Storm damage this morning has blown over the traffic light pole at the intersection of 10th Street and Highland Avenue in Anniston. As a result, temporary stop signs have been placed at the busy intersection, making it into a four-way stop until a new pole can be installed. This process may take several days. City officials asked drivers to be very careful when approaching this intersection and be mindful of the temporary four-way stop sign.
USDA Forest Service officials are urging hunters, hikers, campers, and other outdoor enthusiasts to be very careful while visiting the National Forest of East Alabama this fall. Numerous pine trees are dead and severely stressed because of the southern pine beetle outbreak spreading throughout the Talladega National Forest and adjoining properties. The Forest Service is working with the Alabama Forestry Commission and other federal and state land management agencies to address the epidemic and the problems it is causing. Their efforts include detection and suppression of the pine beetles, along with restoration activities such as tree planting, thinning, and controlled burns. The public can help these efforts by looking for these signs of pine beetle infestation. The beetles leave behind pitch tubes, or popcorn-shaped clumps of resin on the exterior of the bark. They also create S-shaped tunnels under the bark. Pine trees that have recently died are characterized by reddish-brown needles in the tree canopy.
In the meantime, forest officials have these safety tips for anyone who's going into the woods. First, look up while in the forest to avoid those dense patches of brown, yellow, or reddish tree canopies. Then look down to avoid slips, trips, and falls from dead trees. Look around because the winds can blow down trees. If you're already in the forest when the winds increase, relocate your tent and vehicle to an open area. Bring an axe or a saw to remove fallen trees from roads in case you become trapped. And finally, be careful with fire. Make sure that your campfire is completely out before leaving it.
When we return, local officials are thinking about creating a larger venue for a popular new sport.
Since 1993, WM Grocery has been a major part of our local community. WM offers the very best in fresh produce and an outstanding meat department. WM also has many local products not found anywhere else and fresh sushi every day. If you need an event catered, come see Mrs. K at any WM store. Curbside pickup is also available for your online grocery orders. Be sure to download the WM app for all the deals of the week and shopper rewards. Go check them out today at any of their locations.
We take pride in our community and appreciate your business.
Getting my car serviced is easier than ever with Buster Miles Automotive Group in Cleburne and Calhoun County. They pick up my car, service it, and deliver it back. Convenient, efficient, and top quality. Schedule your service today and see why Buster Miles Automotive Group is the smart choice.
This segment of EAN Local News is brought to you by Waldrop Manufacturing, metal buildings made right here in Calhoun County.
The Jacksonville City Council heard a proposal this week to build an 18-hole disc golf course at Henry Farm Park. The suggestion came from Jacksonville PAR Director Janice Burns, who told council members that there is a growing demand for places to play that sport, in which players throw a disc at a target using rules similar to golf. Jacksonville already has smaller courses at its community center and the Eastwood Neighborhood Center, but these are not large enough to hold competitive tournaments. Henry Farm is already home to several baseball and softball fields, along with bike and walking trails. Supporters of the plan say disc golf is one of the fastest growing sports in America, and disc golf courses regularly attract large groups of visitors for tournament play. The council heard the proposal but took no action at its work session Tuesday night. Burns says she's looking for grant money to help with the project, but no cost estimate has been made just yet.
When we come back, the family of a local crime victim is asking for help.
For metal buildings in Alabama and the Southeast, Waldrop Manufacturing is your one-stop source. A Waldrop metal building provides the coverage and protection your investments need. They specialize in carports, RV covers, portable buildings, and storage buildings. Stop paying rent for storage. With Waldrop's price per foot, you can actually save money by buying straight from the manufacturer. Waldrop buildings are guaranteed because Waldrop manufactures buildings with U.S. steel right here in Calhoun County. Waldrop Manufacturing, serving the entire Southeast. Give them a call today. This segment of EAN Local News is brought to you by Oxford Lumber. Come visit any of our locations in Oxford, Jacksonville, Talladega, and Roanoke.
The family of a woman killed earlier this month in Piedmont says it's starting a GoFundMe page to raise money for the 3 children that she left behind. Piedmont police say Ashley Marie Leonard, 36, was shot and killed September 14th at a home on Hughes Street during a domestic argument. Police have arrested Leonard's boyfriend, 42-year-old Damian Michael Bailey, and charged him with murder in her death. He's being kept in the Calhoun County Jail under a $200,000 bond. According to published reports, Leonard had worked all at the Jack's Restaurant in Center for years and recently became a certified nurse's assistant at the Cherokee County Health and Rehabilitation Center. She's survived by her father and by 3 children ranging in age from 10 to 17.
We talked about that story of the storm damage blowing down the traffic light. It looks like we may have some pretty tough weather coming.
We may, and all day we've been hearing about cities and emergency departments opening up their resources in case people need a place to go because of high wind, heavy rains, floods, that kind of thing. Why don't we go over to John Holder right now in the EAN Weather Center, who's going to tell us how bad things might get.
Mike and Katie, indeed some very rough weather, very impactful weather because of Hurricane Helene headed right here to East Alabama. We will break down the forecast coming up.
For over 60 years, Oxford Lumber has been servicing our area, and our customer service has always been our main focus. Our customer service is what sets us apart from anyone else. From the moment you enter, our highly trained staff will treat you like family.
To enthusiastically provide total customer satisfaction within a positive and self-fulfilling employee relations environment. Visit us at any of our 4 locations or at oxfordlumber.com.
Temperatures today across East Alabama just going nowhere because of the rainfall and the cloud cover. Only a few peaks of sunshine today, so we started off way above normal with temperatures today. 71 for the low this morning, very warm and muggy. Headed to only 75. That was our high today, which is way below the normal for this time of year. Basically, temperatures going nowhere today with all the cloud cover and the rain. Record high temperature, 98 degrees, nowhere close to that. Record low, 42, nowhere close to that. Sun setting tonight at 6:35, and the sun rising on your Thursday morning, also at 6:35 a.m. Weather on your street coming up on a Wednesday night. We're actually going to see a lull. We do have a flood watch in effect. We had a lot of rain today. We've got more rain coming as we move through the next 24 to 36 hours. Tonight, though, we do have a lull in the action. We're kind of between systems. We had the cold front responsible for all the showers and thunderstorms today. And then, of course, Hurricane Helene is coming. We're kind of in between that, but we still have a flood watch in effect all throughout the night tonight. Out on Oak Grove Road at Silver Lakes, maybe a few scattered showers, especially later on in the evening and in the overnight hours. The low tonight at 64 degrees. Coming up tomorrow, again, we're going to be starting to feel the effects of Hurricane Helene. Heavy rain at times tomorrow on Evans Bridge Road in Heflin. Another cool day, not much sunshine, if any, tomorrow. 73 for the high, and the rainfall is going to increase. The theme is we're going to go from morning to afternoon as we make our way through the day. We're going to see the weather be worse. We're going to see temperatures that are going to remain steady. We're going to see rainfall become heavier, and we're going to see winds become higher as we move through the day tomorrow. Now, as we jump ahead to Friday, it's going to be a different kind of day coming up. We're going to be looking on Cherokee Trail at Sachs. Helene moving away, will be in the mid-70s. Rainfall in the morning could be very heavy, could be rough early on Friday morning, giving way to possibly sunshine and clearing skies by Friday afternoon as Helene moves away from East Alabama. Here is the 7-day forecast for all of East Alabama. A 90% chance of rain tomorrow. Again, the rainfall increasing as we move throughout the day. Then on Friday, Helene moves away. We'll be out of here by the afternoon. 50-50 chance of rain. Most of that in the morning hours. The high at 75. The nicest day coming up will be Saturday, 78 degrees. Plenty of sunshine. No rain in the forecast. Just small rain chances coming up. As we head into next week, we'll be looking at about a 20% chance of a shower. Sunday and Monday, no big deal with that. Highs back into the 80s. A couple of nice days coming up. Middle part of next week on Tuesday and Wednesday, highs once again in the upper 70s to low 80s. Nighttime lows mainly in the 60s, but we do see maybe some 50s coming back into the forecast by the middle parts of next week. Let's take a look at a couple of graphics here. First thing is, we want to tell you about this is the latest update from Helene. This was issued at 4 o'clock our time this afternoon. This thing is still way down here off the coast, I should say, of Cuba. So this has still got a long way to go, but it is moving very quickly, and it's going to strengthen into a major hurricane, making landfall around the Big Bend of Florida. Still a hurricane. Look at this. In south central Georgia, hurricane. We could be seeing winds of 100 miles per hour. We'll show you that in just a moment. All the way as far north as maybe Columbus and Macon, Georgia. The path now very close to us here in Alabama. The path takes this right over Bremen, Georgia. This side of Carrollton, Georgia, that is not far at all from us. So we're going to be very close to the path, being in the direct path of Hurricane Helene. Could still possibly be a hurricane even, certainly a tropical storm by the time it reaches the I-20 corridor, and then it will start to fall apart, curve back over into Kentucky and Tennessee later on. Now, let's show you something else here. This is a graphic right here with a lot of different colors. Let me explain what these colors mean. This color in red, this is going to be winds of up to 110 miles per hour winds. You can see this is still going to be very impactful. We're looking at winds this high as far north as maybe Columbus and Macon in Georgia. That is significant. All the way back up to Atlanta, back close to the Alabama-Georgia border, getting very close to us here in East Alabama. We're seeing winds of 58 to about 83 miles per hour here. That again is significant. That's hurricane force winds as far north as Atlanta. Us here in East Alabama, we're in this yellow in Calhoun, Cleburne, Etowah, surrounding counties down the I-20 corridor to Birmingham. We could see tropical storm force winds, 39 to 57 miles per hour, maybe higher than that. This would be mainly from 7 o'clock tomorrow night till 7 a.m. on Friday morning. That is the time frame where we expect the worst weather here as we're looking again at this hurricane coming very close to us here in East Alabama. We'll be looking at those not only strong winds, but also rainfall amounts 4 to 6 inches before all is said and done. Some locations could be 7, 8 to 10 inches. You combine all of that water with the winds that we're going to have, we could certainly be dealing with power outages, tree and power line damage. All of that certainly possible, especially tomorrow night, overnight tomorrow night, and into the morning hours on Friday. I'll be back here tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. taking a look at your Thursday weather at a glance. And of course, back here tomorrow night for EAN Local News, a very important weather forecast as we'll be bracing for the impacts of Helene here on East Alabama coming up tomorrow evening. Right now in sports, more great high school volleyball action across East Alabama. Jordan Smith has all the details right now in sports. Jordan?
Thanks, John. The Week 5 ASWA football poll is out, and we have one new team from East Alabama breaking into the top 10 this week. Starting in Class 6A, Oxford stays at number 5 after their win last week against Mountain Brook. Gadsden City in at number 8 with 3-1 on the year. In Class 5A, Central Clay, after a win last week, stays at number 3. Moody is at number 8. Leeds stayed at number 4. In Class 4A, Cherokee County on a 4-1 record. Their only loss is to Piedmont. They stay in at number 3. And then the newcomer this week is in number 9 spot, the Hokes Bluff Eagles, after their big win over Anniston last week. Piedmont up at number 4 in Class 3A. In Class 2A, Coosa Christian has got a matchup that's going to be really incredible. It's actually been moved to Friday night now. They'll play Fife, who is the number 3 team in Class 3A. The Coosa Christian stays in at number 5. And then Class 1A, Wadley in at number 1 and Spring Garden in at number 6. The Donahoe Falcons had a big night last night in a Class 3A Area 9 matchup at Welborn. The Falcons swept the Welborn Panthers last night in area play to remain undefeated. Donahoe now has a 5-0 record in area and a record of 21-10 on the year. The Falcons defeated Welborn in 3 sets last night, 25-15, 25-14, and 25-13. Donahoe had several key players last night on the court. Riles Jones had 11 kills, 1 dig, and 1 block. Callie Taylor led the Falcons in assists with 40, 2 kills, 1 ace, and 4 digs. Sam Wakefield had 17 kills, 1 assist, 3 aces, and 13 digs. And Brentley Palman had 16 digs on the night. And Elena Maldonado had 7 kills and 2 digs. Looking at several other matchups from last night, it was the Oxford Yellow Jackets sweeping 1A Spring Garden 28-26, 25-16, and 25-23. Faith Christian went on the road and defeated the Piedmont Bulldogs 25-15, 25-22, and 27-25. And in a tri-match, Pleasant Valley took down Gadsden City 25-8, 25-11, and Gaston 25-6 and 25-8. That's it for sports. Let's head back over to Mike and Katie.
And thanks for that update, Jordan. And thank you for watching us today. You can find us every weeknight on Facebook and YouTube, on our website, and now on Rumble.
Go to the platform of your choice. Watch our news, sports, and weather coverage whenever it's convenient for you. We'll see you back here Thursday for your news on your schedule.